Hello everybody and welcome to Lights Up, the WNBL podcast. I'm Grantley Bernard alongside Sharin Milner, the co-captain of Bulleen's 2011 WNBL Championship. Lots of talking points out of the weekend, as always, Shaza. And I know from your point of view, you've been really impressed with the kids that have come out of the AIS this season.
I have, GB. I'm absolutely loving the impact the kids have had this year. We all know AIS aren't competing in the WNBL as such, but there are some girls having big impacts in some teams that are going to be heavily involved in finals. We've got at Bulleen, Rebecca Allen, and they're really missing, I guess, some depth in the point guard position, and Rebecca Cole from the AIS isn't far off coming back, so you'll see her impact there. Maddie Garrick at the hottest team in the league, Bendigo, chiming in with about 15-20 minutes a game. Up in Townsville, we've got probably the girl making the biggest impact, Olivia Thompson, absolutely doing great things up there and will only improve as the season goes on. And then the reigning champs, if you don't mind, just brought in two girls who are absolutely smashing it this year in Sarah Blickarves and Carly Midjovic. So really exciting times and yeah, great group.
It does look like a really strong group because, as you say, the AIS aren't in the competition this year. They've elected to go a different path with their, I guess, preparations for the national junior teams, etc. So, it's going to give the Betty Watson Rookie of the Year award a different look this year because traditionally it goes to someone at the AIS. But this group of kids that have come out of the AIS are really going to make a strong impact, a strong contribution. You say, for Sarah Blitzavs has just walked in like she's been playing for 5 years. She's been amazing.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what I mean. I mean, they're having impacts in teams that are going to see finals action, so it's really exciting. It wasn't an AIS class that had the big names, I guess, of the McLeods and O'Hays and the classes before that, but they've stepped right in, and I can't remember a year where kids have come in and had that big of an impact on a team. That's
exactly right, isn't it? Because traditionally kids have come out of the institute and either they just haven't been able to cut the mustard or they've taken quite a lot of time to get their feet wet and get adjusted. But this group, they are doing the job. Now, two people who have not only got their feet wet, but are absolutely soaked head to toe in the WNBL, Carly Wilson and Rachel Flanagan. On the weekend, they each clocked up 250 games, which now makes them eligible for life membership of the league. A couple of probably the finest servants the league has had.
That's right. We absolutely love them both. Let's start with Carly Wilson, or Willie as she's known around the league. Probably one of the most loved players around. Teammates love playing with her, fans love watching her, and she's really been an anchor for that Canberra Capitals team and probably very underrated and unlucky, I think, to not have served the Opals more in a few of the bigger tournaments. And then we've got Rachel Flanagan, who was a bit of a journeywoman, I guess, at the start of her career, has really found a home in Townsville, and that crowd absolutely loves her, and as they should. She's a champion.
I totally endorse your sentiments, and I know, Carly Wilson has been, like you say, I believe unlucky in terms of the national team. She's been a great competitor and a great contributor, and has won 3 or 4 championships. I think she won 2 with Dandenong early on, then went to Canberra after a brief spell in Europe, and has had a great career. And Rachel Flanagan's probably a little the same. Had a cup of coffee with the national team, but that's about all. But credit to them for just turning up every week and giving 110%. Absolutely.
They're both great role models for anyone, especially junior players, I guess, looking for someone to look up to in the WNBL. Both those girls, are consistent, they put in an effort, and they really play for the singlet that they wear every single game.
And that's the thing that does come through. They enjoy their basketball.
Absolutely, yep.
A team that's not enjoying their basketball right now would be the Sydney Flames at 0-4. And obviously still looking for their first win this season, the only winless team in the league. They've got their new import, April Sykes, coming in. Do you see a win over the hill pretty soon for them, Shaza, or not?
Yeah, it's probably, I wish we weren't talking about them at the moment, but that's certainly unfamiliar territory. 0-4, Sydney Flames, we know they will get a win and they'll get on track. And, I guess from Karen Dalton's perspective, they would be aiming for finals. They've got a good group. Poto looks like, she's rejuvenated. She was lively on Friday night, and April Sykes looks handy. But, yeah, they're already 3 games outside the top 4, which isn't ideal. So they've got some work to do.
They have got a lot of work to do. And as you said, Alicia Poto, her numbers on Friday night, they were almost as good as yours at your peak, I would have thought.
I reckon Potsy would have me covered in one game from probably my season averages, but thanks anyway, GB.
Do you think so? Canberra Bulleen, over the past few years, grand final appearances, playoff appearances against each other, they've always been epic encounters, and on the weekend, they didn't let us down again.
No, they didn't. From all reports, it was another game where, you know, I guess the rivalry really came to the fore, and it has escalated in the last couple of years. There's no love lost between these teams. I think it, you know, goes from the coaches right way down the bench. They all get along fine off the court, but when it's game on, it is game on between these two, and yeah, another close one.
No doubt it would have been a frustrating finish to the game for Tom Maher, because Jess Bibby scored what turned out to be the game-winning bucket with about 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. So there's a handful of possessions down the stretch where neither team scored, and I reckon Tom would have been stomping the foot and pointing the finger and pulling what little grey hair left he's got.
Yeah, I reckon we could have started We Will Rock You by Queen between Graffy and Tom's foot stomps in those last 2.5 minutes. Was not pretty by the sound of it. A few turnovers, tense moments, but our girl Benjamin Button, aka Peter Pan, aka Jess Bibby, she's getting younger and younger, and she got the job done for her team again.
She certainly did. Another, I guess, I was going to say young star, but now she's probably middle-aged in terms of basketball. Erin Phillips, former WNBL star, Opal's squad member, won the WNBA championship with Indiana Fever this week and had an amazing performance in Game 3, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Congratulations to her.
She did, yeah. She was an integral part of that championship. The WNBA is a phenomenal product. At the end of the day, when you're watching, you think, you know, you don't necessarily equate it to watching female sport. It's just taken as an event over there. It stops the nation. And our girl Erin Phillips got it done on the biggest stage with a career playoff high in Game 4. And it was just awesome to watch. And I really congratulate the WNBA for the product they presented, and also to Erin on a phenomenal performance. It
was quite amazing. And I guess an extension of that is it just goes to show you that while Erin's not in the WNBL right now, that the quality of players we have here in Australia in the female competition, that we're really blessed that we've got Lauren Jackson coming back in a week or 2 weeks. She'll be back on the floor. And then you've got a bunch of Olympians, you've got people that have played in that league. It just shows you the quality of the WNBL.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going from strength to strength. And this year we do have, I think, 3 WNBA stars in our league, so people definitely get down to a game. And of course we've got the flag bearer herself, Lauren Jackson, best in the world, hoping to hit the court in a couple of weeks, and I'm sure the stands will fill up when she's back.
I'm pretty sure they will. They usually do, especially when she comes to Melbourne. That is it for this episode of Lights Up. Thanks to Sharin Milner, who we can now officially declare is on Twitter. If you want to hit up Shaza on the Twitter, it's at Sharin Milner 4. So at Sharin Milner 4, she is going to be prolific on Twitter. She's just going to have all her views, her ideas, her thoughts. She can be pretty controversial, just quietly. You can't you, Shaz?
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad we didn't go with the Shaza tag, just quietly.
Oh, that's
got
disappointing.
The real name out there, but yes, look out for my social media debut.
Sharin Milner 4 at Twitter, and of course you can follow the league on Twitter at WNBL. You can also follow the league on the official WNBL Facebook page, and for all the league news, information, scores, schedules, where to see a game, go to the WNBL webpage, wnbl.com.au. Of course, the ABC is a great partner of the league with the nationally televised game on Saturday afternoons and the live streaming on the ABC website. And don't forget, the league and this podcast could not be possible without the support of our sponsors, iiNet, Champion, ABC, Australian Sports Commission, Sporting Pulse, Spalding and ANFA. Join us tomorrow for the Lights Up pre-game show. At Sharin Milner 4, we'll be back again with me at Grantley Bernard tomorrow.